If you clicked on this video, you probably desire a life where you work for yourself, doing something you enjoy, working from your laptop from anywhere in the world without a fixed schedule or a boss breathing under your neck. I and thousands of course creators are living this dream lifestyle. But you probably feel that creating an online course is a complex thing that requires experience, money, or special skills. Well, that's not true. You can build an online course with what you already know from your profession or hobbies, and because of the shortcuts that I will teach you today, you will do it faster and easier than you ever dreamt possible. In this video, I will show you how I build online courses that make me 8K per week from my home, and I will teach you the 4 shortcuts to do it the easy way. Easy means you need no previous experience, you don't need to have your topic defined, and you don't need a lot of time. Sorry, fellow course creators, because today I will be revealing real secrets that you probably don't want me to share, because that means we will have more competition in our space, but our industry is booming, so there's room for everyone, and more people deserve to know how to make more money doing something they enjoy. So let's dive in. If you're excited to learn this, give this video a like. All right, step 1, what to sell. What can I create an online course on? Most course creation coaches say the first step is to define your course topic. And that usually creates the first mistake and the first confusion. Why? Because people don't buy topics. People don't buy information. People don't buy courses to learn stuff. People buy courses to get results. People buy courses to get an outcome. People buy courses because they want a transformation. So if you want to save a ton of time, take this shortcut. And instead of thinking of a list of 30 possible topics of things that you could possibly sell and then end up all confused and flipping a coin in the air to pick one, answer the following questions. What transformation can I provide? What outcome will my course offer? What result can I deliver? Now, let me explain with a real example. Let's say you have expertise in real estate. And so you think, all right, I'm going to build a course on real estate, and I'm going to put there my 15 years of experience in this market. And I'll teach people everything they need to know about real estate and everything I know, which is a lot. My course will be called Real Estate Mastery. This is it. Well, how do I say this? Let me share a secret with you. Nobody cares about how much you know about real estate, and nobody cares how long you've been in the industry. Well, Florencia, come on, I'm building authority here. I know a lot. But nobody will pay attention to your authority until you first answer a key question. The only thing I truly care about if I am your potential customer is, how will my life change after I take your course? Will I be wealthier after I take your real estate course? Will I look sexier after I take your makeup course? Will I have my kids listening to me without yelling after I take your parenting course? Will I get standing ovations and get booked year-round after I take your speaker's course? So if you want to take a shortcut and go straight to what will make people buy, stop thinking about your course topic and start thinking about your course result. People don't buy your information, people buy your transformation. So going back to the real estate example, which by the way is a real example of one of my students in my program, she went from naming her course Real Estate Mastery to this new name, How to Make Your First Million in Real Estate Even with No Previous Experience. Can you see the difference? And this is not just a different title. It's a different way of building your course. It's a different way of structuring your course modules. We'll get into that in a minute. It's a different way of selling it. We'll also talk about that. And it will make a radical difference between selling a ton and selling to none. If you're committed to creating an online course that sells, I put together a free class that explains how I built my 7-figure online business from a single course from my home while I take care of my kids, and I teach you every step in depth, so grab that free video in the description of this video. So, after you have defined what to sell, step 2 is who to sell it to, because you can have the most valuable product, but if you make the rookie mistake of trying to sell it to everyone, you will probably sell it to no one. Step 2. Who can I sell it to? I will give you an amazing shortcut to find out who you can sell your course to. But first consider this. You might think, well, I will try to sell my course to the most amount of people. So the way to make money online is, sell a cheap product to a ton of people. In the internet era, my market is the entire world. So I will try to sell my course to everyone, right? Wrong. In today's world, if you go broad, you will go broke. Why? Two reasons. One, people look for targeted solutions when they buy an online course. You're not a university offering a 4 years degree. And by the way, one of the main reasons why online courses are selling like hotcakes, meaning 1 billion courses sold each year, is because people are looking for a specific solution to a specific problem or challenge, and they want to solve it as fast as possible. So the more specific and targeted you are, the more you can charge. That's the second reason. So understanding that not everybody is your client will bring you a lot more clients. Riches are in the niches is an old saying, but it's still very true, especially if you're just starting out in the course creation space. So let me give you an example from one of my students. She's a mindset coach, and she told me, Florencia, I built this amazing online course, but I'm not really selling it very well. And so I asked her, what's the course about? And she said, unleash your confidence. All right, and who's your target audience? And she goes, well, everyone. Who doesn't need more confidence? And so I go, well, but it's not really working for you, right? What if you make it a lot more specific? So we worked together and she started niching down. And so she went from a general course on confidence priced at $79, which she was barely selling to nobody. And then she niched down to Confidence Unleashed for Introverted Professionals. That's a lot more interesting because she's already talking to a more specific audience, so you can charge more, let's say $159. And then we niched even more to Confidence Unleashed for Introverted Professionals who want to excel at public speaking at $279. She more than tripled the price, and she made $11K in her first launch because her course now solves one problem for one specific client. Now, if you're watching this and you're realizing that you are going too broad, that you're not using the power of niching down, let me show you a shortcut to niche down so you can be a lot more precise on who your ideal client is. Step 1, identify your broad topic. So what is the general topic or field of your course? So let's say it is traveling. Step 2 is segment your audience. So within this broad niche, what are the different subgroups that might be interested in that? So following our example, if your niche is traveling, your audience could include solo travelers, adventure seekers, luxury travelers, budget backpackers, and family vacationers. And then you go to focus on a specific subgroup. So you ask yourself, which of these subgroups do I personally resonate most or I have most experience with? And so maybe you say, well, I personally resonate most with the budget backpackers because I've done that before. And, especially those who are looking for a unique experience with a low budget. And so then you identify the unique needs and challenges and you ask yourself, what are the unique needs or challenges of this particular subgroup? So you can say, well, budget backpackers often face challenges in finding affordable accommodation, in understanding local transportation, and experiencing the local culture without overspending. And 5, now you craft your course for that unique proposition. And you ask yourself, how can my course uniquely solve these challenges for these people? And so maybe you say, well, my course will offer practical strategies for budget backpackers to discover and enjoy travel experiences in different parts of the world, focusing on affordable accommodation, local transportation hacks, and authentic cultural immersion without breaking the bank. So that's how you niche down from a very broad niche to a very specific one. Step 3 is building the actual course module. So one of the questions I get the most from my students is, how long should my course be? And here's the biggest mistake most course creators will make. They think they need to put in the course everything they know. So the more stuff the course has, the better. People don't want more stuff. They want the shortcut. And here's how you do that. Once you have figured out what the transformation is, then you ask yourself, how can I get people to achieve that transformation in the least amount of time and with the least amount of effort? And from that perspective, you build a course. Let me give you an example. Let's say we have 2 people offering sort of the similar thing. So one course says get abs in 6 weeks, and the other person is offering a course that is a 12-month in-depth course with everything you need to learn to get abs. Which would you choose? To me, give me abs in 6 weeks, any day. People will pay more for a transformation that happens in the shortest amount of time. Of course, there are certain courses, depending on the depth of the skills and the transformations you teach, that will require to be more lengthy. Just do not make them any longer than they absolutely need to be. So to design the modules, this is how I like to teach it. First, define the transformation, then define your ideal client, then define the minimum amount of time that your ideal client needs to achieve that transformation, and then reverse engineer the modules. People will not pay more for a course that has more information. People will pay more for a course that produces transformation in the shortest amount of time. And this is a key that can make you stand out from the competition. Because, if you find a way to bring the same results that your competition brings, but you can offer it in less time, you're already ahead. So when you design your modules, that's a key thing to consider. And once you have your course ready, you gotta sell it. Step 4, sell it. Selling has 2 components to it: the tactical aspect and the mindset aspect. So let's start with the mindset, and let me do a quiz to see if you get it. So what is the one thing that you need the most to be able to sell anything to anyone? Hint, it starts with the letter C. Take a guess. What starts with the letter C and is the most important thing to sell anything? Conviction. Conviction. If you're not convinced that your course can produce the transformation you're promising, you won't sell well. So the first person that you need to sell your course to is yourself. Selling is transferring your conviction to other people. And you transfer your conviction to other people in the way you write your sales page, your emails, your posts, and there is no shortcut here. I'm sorry. You need to be convinced that you are offering value. And people often tell me, Florencia, you're so passionate about course creation and you sound so convincing. Well, I sound convincing because I am convinced. Why? Because it radically changed my life. Because it enabled me to make over $1 million while working from my home, mostly in my pajamas, while being there for my children. And it enabled me to move around the world, to take my family on vacations, to have an awesome house overlooking the Mediterranean. And it also changed the lives of thousands of people who have gone through my programs. And that's why my programs sell so well, because I am fully convinced and I have transferred my conviction to every selling piece I have. You cannot fake conviction. Conviction comes from how has this changed your life? How it changed other people's lives, the experience you have. You see, when you have a high level of conviction, you can sell from a place of knowing that your audience will be much better off buying your product than not buying it. But selling is not just a mindset thing. You need selling skills, the tactical aspects. And if you want to know the 4 proven ways to sell your online course and make very good money, I made a video for you explaining each of the 4 sales strategies in detail. Check it out. Now, before you go, do you want to know why most people fail at course creation? Simply because they don't start, because they don't take the step, because it seems too complicated, because they think it takes too much time. But that has all changed. Today we have tools that make it easier than ever before. I made an entire free class explaining everything in depth and the tools you can use to have your own profitable online course up and running in record time. It's a build once, earn forever thing. So if this video has sparked an interest and you're willing to dive deeper, go grab that free class in the description of this video. And if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel and let me know in the comments if there are specific things that you want me to address in upcoming videos. I read all your comments and I'm so grateful for you taking the time to write them. So see you next week with another video that will help you move closer to that vision of life, of living life in your own terms and working on something you enjoy from wherever in the world you want. So see you next week, my friend. Mwah.